That chick that's so bad with that fat old ass and suck the skin off that motherfucker with the 2-hand twist supreme? It's the devil. You wake up and do nothing. You just live life and let life sway you wherever the fuck it wants to sway you. You go to your 9 to 5, get off your 9 to 5, eat like shit, watch Netflix. On the motherfucking weekend, you go out, drink, smoke, and do what everybody else is doing to have a life that everybody else has. You want the motherfucking Urus, the motherfucking physique, the house, the lifestyle, the car, but have a minimum wage work ethic. It doesn't work like that, you delusional fuck. Everything that you want is on the other side of action. If there is a door, and everything I wish to obtain in this life is on the other side of the door, but the door is locked, guess what the motherfucking key is? Action! Action! Put in the motherfucking work and stop running from it, you motherfucking dweeb. I hate happiness and I love pain! I can't play video games, I'm locked the fuck in. I can't spend my money dumb, I'm locked the fuck in. The fucking camera dying ain't stopping shit. I'm here. YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Crowd. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today we got a great one! Yeah! Today I'm gonna share with you guys the 5 books that fueled the greatest comeback of my fucking life, right? Most of you guys know, but for those who don't, it was a point in time in my life when I was at rock bottom. I was broke, sleeping on the floor, losing my fucking hair, right? A skinny dweeb, hated who I saw in the motherfucking mirror, right? Chicks was playing me to the left. I was miserable, right? Depressed, had anxiety. I didn't want to be alive if I'm keeping it a bean, right? And it got to a point where I said, something has to shift and something has to change. But during that shift, I had to understand that reading was one of the #1 components that made men 1%. Knowledge is power, and I can't get power unless I have knowledge. And how the fuck do I get the knowledge? Read, but not only read, apply the principles that I'm learning from the book on a day-to-day basis, regardless of how uncomfortable it is. But first, I had to grasp it. Right, so today I'm gonna give with you guys all of the motherfucking game that I got from each 5 of these books, right? So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Book number 1, Outwitting the Devil, right? This has been one of the biggest books to change my motherfucking life, man. This book is by the author Napoleon Hill. And in this book, Napoleon is having a conversation with the devil, right? And the main thesis of this book, fellas, right, is drifters versus non-drifters, right? Drifters are the majority of motherfuckers. Unfortunately, most of you motherfuckers are drifters. I hope that you're not, but according to this book, 99% of individuals are drifters. Cry, what the fuck is drifters? Drifters are individuals with no purpose, right? Drifters are individuals that don't use their imagination. Drifters are individuals that spend more than they earn, right? Drifters are individuals that always listen to the opinions of other people. Drifters are easily influenced and have negative habits, right? What are non-drifters? Basically, brother, the pure opposite of that. Fully engaged and aligned with their purpose, goal-oriented, have a mind of their own and think for their own and aren't influenced by the opinions of others. Confident, accountable, and inspires everyone who they come in contact with, right? Ask yourself, have an honest conversation with yourself, my nigga. Which one are you? There's no in between. If you're a non-drifter or a drifter. Most of you motherfuckers are drifters. You wake up with no plan. You let other motherfuckers sway your decisions. You're not accountable. You're not confident. You don't use your imagination, right? Yeah, you. Let's keep it a bean. The devil wants a lot of you motherfuckers to stay drifters for the rest of your fucking life, right? And there's 3 major tools that the devil uses to drift individuals. The first one is lust, right? You ever be on your motherfucking purpose? Everything's going phenomenal, right? You hitting the gym, you know what I'm saying? You're doing your deep work, you're reading your 10 pages, you're going to bed on time, you're waking up early. Then all of a sudden you get that DM, hey, big head. Right? Or you get that slide up on your story with the hard eyes. Or you get a chick liking your story or liking multiple pics. Yeah? Or you get that ex that hits you up and asks you how you been doing. Yeah? Thinking that it's God sending you your ex back, that it's your soulmate? No! It's the fucking devil trying to drift you from your motherfucking purpose. How do I know? Because it happened to me. Fellas, the last 2 chicks that I've been with, all approached me. When I tell y'all, like, I don't approach chicks and chicks approach me, I don't be fucking cap. I be dead ass. The last 2 women that I was with, both pursued me initially. And it was right when I was at the peak, about to get to the next level, right? The first chick was right when I acquired my physique, right? I get a little six-pack, I meet this chick, I start smoking, drinking, having sex every day, falling the fuck off of what needs to get done on a day-to-day basis, right? Second chick, I had the physique, but I started maximizing my income, right? Doing business ventures, getting a little bit of traction with that, doing LinkedIn online with online coaching. As soon as I do, boom! She popped in my motherfucking life and I fell the fuck off. Why? Because I was putting her before my purpose. I was a dweeb in both instances, right? But the devil knew that I was about to take off to the next level. That's why now when I get DMs from chicks and all these chicks blowing me up, sending me nudes, sending me voice memos of them moaning in my motherfucking Instagram, kill me if I'm fucking lying, I realize what the fuck it is. And I distance myself from it, right? Because I know at this point in time, baby, I'm not giving into that lust. I'm locked the fuck in. Devil is trying to use you as a tool to sway me away from my motherfucking purpose, but I won't go. Why? Because I learned from the last 2 times. I refuse. So be careful, brother, right? That chick that's so bad with that fat old ass and suck the skin off that motherfucker with the 2-hand twist supreme, it's the devil. I can assure you. Because if she wasn't in your life, you will remain focused or remain locked the fuck in, right? You would. Let's keep it a bean. So that's the first way the devil tries to drift you, right? The second way, ironically enough, is food. A lot of you fat fucks or skinny dweebs eat like shit every fucking day. And obviously, you look like shit. That's a product of it. But not only that, you think like shit. With eating like shit, brother, it gives you brain fog, brother, right? One of the biggest pros of being an in-shape individual and prioritizing my nutrition with whole foods and calculating my macros on a day-to-day basis is that from an energy standpoint, I can outperform every man in every realm because I am what I consume, not only visually, but with the foods that I eat, right? You cannot compete with me because you eat like shit. And the devil knows that. Why the fuck do you think it's so much easier to eat fast food? Why do you think it's so much more expensive to buy healthy and nutritious foods, brother? It's the method to the fucking maddest. They don't want you to be great. They realize that food is fuel, right? And when you eat like shit and want to eat Dunkin' Donuts and McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King and all of that dumb shit on a day-to-day basis, it adds up. That is why you can't think of the Grandmaster plan. That is why you wheeze hard after 5 minutes on the motherfucking treadmill. That's why when you're in that deep work session, you have to keep picking up your motherfucking phone because you eat like shit. Let's keep it a buck. The last way is school, right? You want to know what school teaches us? And this book talks about how when the devil is using these tools to drift us, he tries to get us at a young age because the older we get, the more wiser we get. So it all starts as a child, right? What do they teach you in school, fellas? If you don't get an A, you're an outlier, right? What does that subconsciously teach you? To seek validation from other individuals. Yeah, right? A lot of y'all motherfuckers, y'all seek validation from other individuals. You're scared to post that video because what others will think. You're scared to go to the gym because what others will think. Yeah, you're scared to tell your friends no because of what others would think. Where the fuck do you think that came from? School. As a young buck, right? Wanting to get a good grade so everybody would think you were cool, right? Wanting to fit in, right? Not only that, brother, but they condition us to make a decision about the rest of our life when we're 18. That's why 99% of men are drifters. Why? Because we're doing a job that we don't really want to do. We made the decision when we were kids. Our fucking frontal lobes wasn't even developed yet. But they want us to decide what the fuck we want to do in college. What we want to do with our life. I don't fucking know yet. I'm 18. But they make you make that decision, right? Then you end up working a job you hate. And I'm going to continue to say it. The hardest thing as a motherfucking man is working a 9-to-5, hitting the gym, and making the sacrifices to prioritize your motherfucking purpose. That is the hardest thing. It was the hardest thing for me, fellas, and it's probably going to be the hardest thing for you. Most men can't do it. The devil knows that. Nobody ever said the devil was dumb. He's very, very smart. He knows that once you work that job, you're likely stuck in that motherfucker for a very long time, right? So he wants you to make a decision to do a job that you really don't want to pursue at an early age. So by the time you realize this isn't what I want to pursue, you're in what we call hypnotic rhythm, right? Give me a second. This is my alarm to post real one for the fucking day. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me now. Cry. What the fuck is hypnotic rhythm? Relax! I'm getting there. Hypnotic rhythm is when you've done these negative habits so long and been under the devil's thumb so long and been considered a drifter so long that eventually it becomes part of your identity, right? The same way that I built a positive habit with coming up here and being the best fucking self-improvement YouTuber of all time when I get in front of this motherfucking whiteboard, it's a part of my identity. It's the same in the opposite light. Once you've been smoking that weed for so long, brother, it's a part of your identity. Once you've been beating that dick for so long, brother, it's a part of your identity. Once you've been drinking that Casamigos for so long, brother, it's a part of your identity, and you can't get rid of it. It's you. So what does the devil do at that point? Grab your fucking seatbelt, brother. He uses you to drift non-drifters, right? A lot of you motherfuckers are pulling individuals who are trying to pursue that 1% life, and you don't even fucking know it. Look the fuck around you fucking dweeb. That chick that doesn't want you to post that YouTube video or go to the gym, she's trying to drift you. She's a drifter, right? That friend that every time you tell them good news has something negative to say. They're trying to drift you. They're a drifter, right? Your family that said you should probably go to school and not pursue that business opportunity. They're trying to drift you. They're drifters. Look the fuck around you and wake up, right? These individuals are used to drift you, but the crazy thing is, you might be one of them. You might be in hypnotic rhythm, brother, and you don't even fucking know it. Okay, Cry, I get it. I understand that the devil has 99% of men under his thumb. I get that most men, the 1%ers, are non-drifters. How the fuck do I avoid being a drifter and become a non-drifter? Relax! I'm getting there. The first way is to control your mind, right? One thing that you have to understand in this life, fellas, is that you will attract what the fuck you think about. You are what you consume. I'm gonna continue to give the example. Do you remember when you were a little fucking kid and you would watch a fucking superhero movie, right? And then at the end of the fucking movie, you would think you Superman? For me, it was Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man, and for some odd delusion, I thought I was him. I would swing webs everywhere around the fucking house. I know y'all see kids do it all the time. It's the same with negative shit, right? When all you consume is Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Shade Room, Love Island, and Power, guess what, brother? You're going to remain stagnant. You're going to be one of those motherfuckers that's in the stands. And there's two types of individuals. I'm going to continue to say this. Motherfuckers that's in the game and this motherfuckers in the stands. The motherfuckers in the motherfucking game are watching what the fuck they consume. You can't think of the Grandmaster Plan because all you do is scroll on Instagram. Yes! You can't think of the Grandmaster Plan because every time you talk to your friends, you're talking about some negative shit. Yes! You can't think of the Grandmaster Plan because your chick wants you to watch Love Island every fucking night. Yes! You are what the fuck you consume, right? That's why the resources in 1% Academy are so fucking valuable. When I have my brother read their daily motives at specific times, read the letter to self at specific times, set their motherfucking screensaver to their fucking standards in the fucking dream car, when that's all they consume, it's inevitable to become the man that they wish to obtain in any realm. Control your fucking thoughts. How? Watch what the fuck you consume. Are you fucking listening to me? Next is to execute, right? I speak on how I acquire all this knowledge from these books, but that knowledge wouldn't be shit if I didn't execute it and put it into action. I'm gonna continue to say it. If the individual to my right knows how to chop a tree, but they never do it, then I have an individual to my left that doesn't know how to chop a tree, but at least they try. I'm going to roll with the individual that's gonna execute and take action 10 times out of 10 times. Knowledge isn't shit without power. A lot of you motherfuckers, how I said, watch what you consume, you over-consume. You watch 10 of my videos, but don't do shit I'm telling you to implement. You just like the feeling that it gives you. It's a motivational dopamine. I know, because I used to do it. I used to watch 10 Andrew Tate videos and I had to realize, holy shit, is Andrew Tate watching 10 Andrew Tate videos? Probably fucking not. He's executing the motherfucking plan. What you fail to do, right? Everything that you want is on the other side of action. If there is a door and everything I wish to obtain in this life is on the other side of the door, but the door is locked, guess what the motherfucking key is? Action, action, action. Put in the motherfucking work and stop running from it, you motherfucking dweeb. Everything that you want is on the work that you're avoiding, you idiot. Do it! That's why I love Nike. Just do it. It's so simple, but it's so necessary. Just do the work. Execute the plan. Last night, I looked at my motherfucking Google Calendar and said I'm gonna make a fucking video about the books that changed my life. Here the fuck I am. It's no negotiation. I put it into action regardless of how the fuck I feel. Because I must make these motherfuckers feel me. But I digress. Let me stay on topic. Next, you must understand that defeat is temporary. right? This is what all non-drifters understand. A lot of y'all look at failure and turn the fuck around, right? You're on the road to success. You hit a fucking stop sign. I don't like sitting at this red fucking sign. Let me turn around and go home. No! That's not how it works. Failure is a redirection and a correction. It is going to navigate me to get to my destination every single time. The one percenters and the non-drifters look at failure like, yes, I'm getting closer. The drifters look at failure like, fuck, why isn't this going right? You idiot. How the fuck am I gonna know not to touch the motherfucking stove if I don't touch it first and realize that it's hot, right? You look at touching the stove like, oh my gosh, it burned me. I look at touching the stove of, oh, I know not to do it again, right? It's redirecting me, right? To understand what to do next. Being able to adapt, being able to navigate despite the motherfucking setbacks. It's just temporary. It's not forever. Non-drifters look at failure as a positive. You must do the same or don't and remain a 99% dweeb for the rest of your fucking life. I promise you. The last thing you must do is be cautious of who you surround yourself with, right? In this book, it talks about the individuals that you're around at your job and your spouse are the most important individuals for every man. Why? Because that's who you spend the most time around, right? Be careful what chick you choose, brother, right? Be careful what career field you choose, brother, because you are who you hang around. Birds of a feather flock together. Facts. But the good thing about today, you don't have to physically be around these individuals. The internet changed the game. You want to know who my best friends were when I was coming to fuck up? Andrew Tate, Alex Hormozy, Amon Ghazi, right? Now it's fucking John Mark Stevenson, my fucking mentor, right? For my brothers, it's me and 1% Academy, right? We creating a brotherhood, right? When you're surrounded by success, it's hard to fail, period, right? It's easy for you to drift and non-drift because of your motherfucking environment. Your friends and the people you work with are fucking dweebs. No wonder you're one, bud. Get the fuck up out of there as soon as possible. Move the fuck out. All you need is 5 to 10 bands. Apply to a different job. Take that risk. Invest in that mentorship. Whatever the fuck you gotta do to surround yourself around individuals that are gonna move the needle forward, right? Because drifters are hanging around the wrong ones consistently, and that is what the devil wants. Be aware. Don't get lost in the motherfucking sauce, brother. The next book that fueled the greatest comeback of my fucking life is the 10X rule, right? This is definitely one of my favorite reads, fellas, by Grant Cardone, and I'm gonna share with you guys the main takeaways from it, right? You fucking guessed it. The first takeaway is the 10X rule, right? What the fuck is the 10X rule, Cry? Relax! I just fucking wrote it, right? The 10X rule is when you 10X your goals. They use goals, but I'm gonna use standards. This rule states to 10X everything that you want to accomplish. For the longest time, fellas, my main standard was 10K a month, right? I just gotta make 10K a month. If I make 10K a month, that's more than 6 figures a year, I'm set. That was my standard, that baby ass shit, right? I read this book and realized, holy fuck, am I doing this shit wrong? And I 10X'd it. That is why you hear me say and come up here every fucking day, I must make 100K a month. But you must understand, I made more than 10K my first month of business, right? Why? Because my standard was 100K. Right? Because even when you shoot for the motherfucking moon, fellas, you must realize when you fall short, you'll still be in outer space, right? So although I haven't hit my standard of 100K, I'm light years past 10K. Why? Because my standard is 100K, right? So when I look at that motherfucking phone and say I must make 100K a month and did everything to achieve this standard by September 27, 2026, right? I realize the work that comes with that. And the work that comes with that surpasses 10K a month. That's what it's about. Right? The 10K a month work ethic, I would have probably never got to 10K a month in my mind. I would have stayed at 5K, right? But since I had an 100K mindset, I surpassed 10K. Are you fucking listening to me? But don't be a delusional dweeb. Please do not 10x your standards, but 1x your motherfucking work ethic. It doesn't work like that, bud. I cannot have an 100K standard and a 100K mindset without an 100K work ethic. That's a lot of you motherfuckers. You want the motherfucking Urus, the motherfucking physique, the house, the lifestyle, the car, but have a minimum wage work ethic. It doesn't work like that, you delusional fuck. You must have both. They must be parallel, right? That's what the 10x rule states. 10x your standards and 10x your motherfucking effort, right? How the fuck do you want a Urus but don't want to wake up early? How do you fuck do you want a Urus but can't sacrifice your weekends? How the fuck do you want a Urus and don't want to record that video? That's what I ask myself on a day-to-day motherfucking basis. I refuse to be delusional with my work ethic, right? If I fail, which I won't, but I swear to God, if I do, it will not be because of my motherfucking work ethic. I will always do what I promised to my motherfucking self on a day-to-day basis. I sign that motherfucking contract. Once I do, it's not a negotiable. I'm gonna give it my all. Are you? Huh? Answer me. Maybe you are, but not consistently. This rule states, fellas, to take the word realistic out of your fucking vocab. What the fuck does realistic even mean? I had a dweeb comment on one of my posts, right? I was talking about how only 1% of men have 8 to 10% body fat, right? And he read my bio and saw that I'm transforming men into 1%ers, which means I'm transforming men to get to 8 to 10% body fat. Not only with their physique, but for the rest of the fucking life in every single C. Cut, charisma, church, character, clout, cash, combat, right? And he slid up and said, that's not realistic unless you're on gear. I checked to see and he wasn't following me. And that made a lot of sense, brother. Hey, shit I do is realistic. Right? I don't fucking think of realistic. Realistic is in terms of normal people. Ain't shit about me normal. Realistic is in terms of average people. Ain't shit about me average. And it should be the same for you. Right? Take realistic out of your vocabulary. A lot of y'all standards, you can't 10x them because you're thinking realistic based on what other people will think, based on what you've been conditioned to believe, based on the individuals around you. Fuck them motherfuckers. They don't have the standards that you wish to obtain. If you want a fucking Lamborghini Urus and everybody in my motherfucking apartment had a Lamborghini Urus and I told them I wanted a Lamborghini Urus, they wouldn't deteriorate my goals. What the fuck did I just say goals for? They wouldn't deteriorate my standards. They'd be like, yeah, you can get it done, right? You don't think you can get it done because the individuals around you have you thinking realistic. Realistic is based on conditions of their beliefs, not yours. Realistic means setting standards on external beliefs, not internal, right? But your internal beliefs are sometimes based on external circumstances, right? You can't 10x your shit, brother, because you're thinking realistic based on what other people would think. I refuse. Never do what others are willing to do, you fucking idiot. Do what others are not willing to do. Not just for a day, not just for a week, not just for a month, not just for a motherfucking year, for the rest of your life. You must commit and surrender to your motherfucking purpose. Can you do it? Once you do, everything will come to you in abundance. I promise you. I promise you, but you have to commit. The next takeaway I got from this book is the 4 levels of action, right? Grant Cardone speaks about the 4 levels of action, and I'm going to descriptively explain all 4. But before I do, come here. I want you to have an honest conversation with yourself, brother, and ask yourself, which level are you at? Be honest, right? The first level is do nothing, right? Hopefully that's none of you motherfuckers, right? You wake up and do nothing. You just live life and let life sway you wherever the fuck it wants to sway you. You go to your 9 to 5, get off your 9 to 5, eat like shit, watch Netflix. On the motherfucking weekend, you go out, drink, smoke, and do what everybody else is doing to have a life that everybody else has. You do nothing to get success and get to that 1% and achieve the standards that you wish to obtain. You don't do shit. You're just a fucking dweeb for the rest of your fucking life. That's the first level, right? The second level is retreat, right? These are some motherfuckers that tried that business, tried hitting the gym, tried eating correctly, tried to approach that chick, tried to sharpen their relationship with God, tried to have better charisma. But once they tried and they failed, they gave the fuck up and then retreated and they go back to doing nothing, which is probably 50% of you individuals. You went to the gym for 3 months and quit because you didn't see the results, right? You tried that business model for 6 months and didn't get the results you wanted, so you gave the fuck up. Right? You applied to jobs for 3 months but didn't get any hits, so you gave the fuck up. You retreated, right? That is the second level. The third level, in my opinion, is the most dangerous. And this was the level that I was at for a very long time. Normal amounts of action. These are the sometimey motherfuckers. These are the motherfuckers that do what they need to do sometimes, but for some odd reason think they deserve the objectives and the lifestyle of motherfuckers that do it all the time. They lock in Monday through Friday, but fall off on the weekend. They lock in January, but fall off in February. They lock in for the summer, but fall off for the winter, or vice versa. Being a sometimey motherfucker will get you sometimey results. But the worst thing about the normal amounts of action motherfuckers is they think they're at the fourth level, right? No, brother, you're just a 30% dweeb. You go to the gym and go to your 9 to 5 and think it's enough. That's the bare minimum. Why the fuck are you satisfied with that? You want to be a jack motherfucker that's poor? Right? As I look back at my fucking journey, bro, I was jacked that had a 9 to 5 making decent money driving a BMW. I thought I was doing something. I wasn't doing shit at all. That's the bare minimum. Brother, you're not him. Right? You think you're him because you're doing better than most individuals. I can assure you right now, you get around me, you're a small fry. I promise you. Who the fuck are you comparing yourself to? The motherfuckers I'm comparing myself to can buy their motherfucking mama Birkin anytime they want, and their parents don't fucking work. And they can go to a fucking island for a year if they fucking want to. Those are the motherfuckers I'm comparing myself to. I'm not trying to be in the 1%, you idiot. I'm trying to be in the top 0.001% of the 1%. It's levels to this shit, my nigga. So I can never be a normal amounts of action motherfucker. I can never do what I want to do and rely on my emotions, and that's what most individuals at this level do. They rely on motivation. Maybe most of the time they're motivated, maybe most of the time they're not. Whatever the case may be, they only do the work when it's convenient. If you only do the work when it's convenient or excited, you'll never be able to achieve remarkable success. And that leads me to my next point, the fourth level of action, which is massive success, right? These motherfuckers don't rely on motivation. These motherfuckers rely on systems. They don't give a fuck how they feel. They're getting it done. They're not negotiating with themselves. They look at that motherfucking powerless and complete the high leverage task on a day-to-day basis, regardless of how the fuck they feel. Not just for a week, not just for a month, not just for a year, or a fucking time. It's a part of their identity. They're obsessed. That is the fourth level. What level are you? Ask yourself. Can you lock in Monday through Saturday but fuck off on Sunday? Can you wake up at 5 Monday through Friday but fuck off on the weekend? Can you track your macros Monday through Friday but fuck off on the weekend? Ask yourself, right? Have an honest conversation, brother, because I can assure you, I've been at the fourth level since March, and I fucking love it here. But let me tell you something. It's painful, it's dark, and it's lonely. I embrace agony, stress, and anxiety and depression on a day-to-day basis in every realm. But that uncomfortability is what I love. I hate happiness and I love pain because I understand that most men can't endure it, and I don't want to be like most men. Do you? Well, if you don't, brother, get to that fourth level, right? Stop doing nothing. Stop retreating. Stop taking normal amounts of action and get to the fourth fucking level. Please! Or don't, and stay stagnant and stay mediocre. And the thing about it, you can achieve success at that third level, right? But it's gonna take you a lot longer than a motherfucker like me who's gonna take massive action every fucking day and do what is required and not do my best. I can assure you, I'm gonna run laps around you, my nigga. What's gonna take you 5 years will take me 5 months. Pay attention. Success loves speed. The next component of this book that I love is it talks about obsession, right? Wanting it, it's not enough. Needing it, it's not enough. You must be obsessed. You must treat every fucking day like it's a gun to your motherfucking head. And if you don't do the high leverage task to make failure impossible, you will die. Like your head is under motherfucking water and you're trying to get up for air. That is how you must treat your everyday objectives to make failure impossible. You must be obsessed, right? Don't just want it, don't just need it, you must be obsessed. I wanted to go to the NBA. I wanted to play overseas. That's why I failed with basketball, right? I needed to be the next Drake. I needed to have a successful music career. That is why I failed with music. I refuse to make the same mistake again with this YouTube and this coaching shit. I don't think you fucking understand. I love this shit. I'm so obsessed. I love the work. I don't want to be like these niggas at all. I love the work. I am obsessed with making $100K a month. I am obsessed with retiring my mother. I am obsessed with pulling up in that yellow Lamborghini Urus with the red guts and doing my evil laugh. Ha 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 ha. And shitting on everyone who said I couldn't do it. It's all I think about. What you wish to obtain in this life, brother, if it's not all that you think about and yearn for on a day-to-day basis, you're not obsessed. And that's what it takes. You look at all the greats. Kobe Bryant was obsessed. Kanye West was obsessed. Elon Musk was obsessed. I will do the same. Will you? I treat every day like I got let go from that motherfucking job, and then my ex broke the fucking lease and rent was due, and I invested my last, and I knew I had to grind to make shit happen. I treat every day like that because I remember the motherfucking feeling and the paranoia I had, and I thrived in it. So I create different paranoias on a day-to-day basis or pretend I'm still there to be obsessed to make it impossible to fail. You fucking feel me? Most individuals, they only put in enough effort for it to feel like work. The obsessed individuals, they put their all and still feel like it's not enough. Fellas, when I get on calls with my brothers 1% Academy, or even some of you guys that comment and say, this is my best vid, I read the comments and I thank you guys, but if I'm keeping it a buck, I think to myself, nah, I gotta make the next one better. This wasn't my best work. There's more value I can give. There's more energy I can have. I could have provided better storytelling. There's more that I could do at all times. That is an obsessed individual. You do an hour of deep work for a week and think you've made it. You hit your first 10K month and think you've made it. You lose 30 pounds in 10 weeks and think you've made it. Not me! And not the 1%ers, brother. Get to that fucking level. Never be satisfied. You haven't done shit. And the number one trait that differentiates the fucking massive amounts of action motherfuckers and the motherfuckers that's obsessed and the motherfuckers that 10x their standards, the number one trait is sacrifice, right? I can go on this date, baby. I'm locked the fuck in. I can't go out with you, friend. I'm locked the fuck in. I can't watch Love Island. I'm locked the fuck in. I can't play video games. I'm locked the fuck in. I can't spend my money dumb. I'm locked the fuck in. I can't celebrate these holidays because I'm locked the fuck in. That is the differentiator. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. You must fully surrender to your motherfucking purpose and sacrifice everything that others want to get what others don't have daily. Most of you can't make that sacrifice, and that's why you will remain stagnant. Fuck! This fucking sweat killing me. Shit. Ask yourself, are you obsessed, or do you just kind of want it? Figure it out! The third book is Atomic Habits, right? I don't have the physical copy of this book, fellas, because I let a friend borrow it, right? This book is like the Bible of productivity. I tell every single man when they join 1% Academy, if they haven't already, this should be the number one book that you read. Even if you're not in 1% Academy and you haven't read this book, this should be the first book that you read, right? Besides one other book that I'm going to cover today, this has been the number one component to transform me, to allow me to become the man I am today. My second favorite book of all time, I'm about to give it to you right fucking now. So pay attention. The first component I grasped from this book is the importance of systems, right? 99% dweebs rely on motivation, right? 1%ers rely on systems, right? Winners and losers, they have the same goals, but it's the systems set in place that separate the winners from the motherfucking losers. Because I'm going to continue to say it. You win days, you win weeks, you win weeks, you win months, you win months, you win years. But it all starts with the daily tiny battles. And you can't win the daily tiny battles unless you have a system. One thing you must understand about this 1% shit, fellas, and winning days, it's more about avoiding losses, right? I think about it like when we were in school. If you got fucking like 3 A's on a test and then you failed at one test, your grade dropped to a C, and it's hard as fuck to get that shit back up to an A, right? It's the same thing with this life shit, right? Yes, stacking wins is important, but it's more so about avoiding losses. And the only way to avoid losses is to set up a system, making a choice that is 1% better or 1% worse. May seem insignificant in the motherfucking moment, but I can assure you the span of those moments is gonna be the differentiator of who you are and what you could have been, right? Are you gonna scroll instead of do that deep work? Are you gonna hit snooze instead of wake the fuck up? Are you gonna watch Love Island or hit the fucking gym? Are you gonna go on that fucking date or save your fucking money? Those are the daily tiny battles, those are the margins that they add up and they seem so insignificant, so small. It's just one date. It's just one snooze. It's just one beat my dick. It's just one drink. It's just one blunt. But after a month, it's 24 blunts. After 2 months, it's 48 drinks. After a year, it's 10 dates. After 2 years, you beat your dick 100 times. That is the differentiator of the man that you are and the man you could become. Those daily tiny battles. But the only way to win those daily tiny battles is to create a system and follow it, regardless of how the fuck you feel. Again, success is a product of a system that allows you to create the high leverage task. If you looked at the most successful businesses, they all have a system. The reason that you could put a McDonald's franchise anywhere, brother, and it doesn't matter if a motherfucker is black, blue, brown, gray, or fucking purple. They can run a McDonald's franchise because they have a system. They don't just wake up, turn on the lights and say, oh, let's make 10 Big Macs today and let's try to turn on the ice cream machine, right? And then let's just order more fries. No! They have a system. When you build a fucking house, they don't just say, oh, we'll add the floors in last and, let's actually bring in the appliances first and, I don't know, can we put the ceiling fan on the floor? No! They have a system and they follow it to a T. So if McDonald's is successful and they have a system, and a house has a system to build the shit that you're fucking living in, why the fuck wouldn't you have the same thing with your life and the objectives you wish to obtain in every single realm? Why? Right? I have a system with my physique. I don't just show up to the motherfucking gym and do whatever the fuck I want to do. I have a regimen and a plan that I'm following. I'm timing my breaks. I'm doing failure reps, right? I'm staying focused. I'm supersetting. And I'm doing different body parts on different days. That is a system. I have a system with my YouTube, right? I realize what videos are working and I double down on it, right? That is a system. I have a system of how I script, right? I have a system of how I help my brothers in 1% Academy. I don't freestyle shit. You motherfuckers freestyle and that's why your life fucking sucks. Don't freestyle. Create a system and follow it to a T, brother. It'll take you a long way. And you want to know the perfect example of this, right? My brother Jared, right? Jared lost 17 pounds in 12 fucking weeks while gaining muscle. Why? Because he followed a system, right? I will put the fucking screenshot on the screen. This is a list of Jared's power list. For those that don't know, a power list is the high leverage tasks that you must complete on a day-to-day basis, right? Jared completed all of these tasks 86 out of 90 days. That is a 94% completion rate. That means he did everything to make failure impossible 94% of the time, which allowed him to get the results that you're seeing on the motherfucking screen, right? This is why systems are so important, because systems show you that input correlates directly to output, right? He could have said all he wants, how he wants to have abs, wants to have a six-pack, wants to lose X amount of weight, but if he didn't complete those high leverage tasks on a day-to-day basis, it didn't fucking matter. The only way for him to complete them is to invest, which he did, collab with Cry, and create a system to make failure impossible. But let me shut the fuck up and let him tell you.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here to share my experience from joining 1A. Now, before I joined 1A, I was pretty much depressed. I had no motivation, I had no discipline, and I was feeling stuck like in a rat race. And I didn't want my life to keep going in that trajectory. Since joining 1A, I'm in the best shape of my life, as you can see. I feel motivated every day. Every day I have standards that I need to hit, and that keeps me going. I feel extremely confident. I was able to start my YouTube, and not only start it, I'm gaining massive traction and have a system to be able to put up multiple videos a week and multiple shorts a day. And every day I'm tracking my progress. So there's not a day going by where I'm not taking at least one baby step towards wherever I want to be in life. Working with Cry, honestly, is great. Every message he sends, every video chat we do, every time I see him on Instagram, it's always the same energy. Super high energy, super positive, but he will hold you accountable, which is what I needed, especially in the beginning. I would suggest to any young man that knows you have the potential and you're willing to work for it, you just don't know how to get it done, I would suggest joining 1A because he has the systems and the strategy to be able to implement so you can get it done, and he'll make sure that you do get it done if you're willing to do the work.
You motherfuckers have a flawed perception. You like to think, right? I think I checked my macros 4 times last week. I think I went to the gym 2 times last week. I think I woke up early 1 time last week. Thinking is leaving you stagnant. Your perception is flawed. We don't want to think, we want to know. And how do we know? Create a system where we can track The high leverage tactic on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. So that way we know. It's no way we can lie to yourself. You motherfuckers are drifters. You motherfuckers are dweebs because you lie to yourself every fucking month. You think you're locked in, but you're really not. I can assure you if you started tracking, you would realize, holy shit, I'm really not doing what I think I'm doing, right? Successful people stick to schedules and routines. Unsuccessful people make excuses and let life get in the way. Most of you dweebs make excuses and let life get in the way. Life will always lie. Why the fuck do you think your situation is more unique than others? Every problem, every situation that you're going through, somebody else went through or had it worse and they still made a motherfucking way. Your spouse will always get on your nerves. Your job will always get on your nerves. Rent will always be due. You still must find a way. And that is what successful individuals do. Why? Because they follow a system. Second thing that this book talks about that I really fuck with is identity-based habits, right? With habits, fellas, it's not about what you wish to obtain. It's about who you have to become to obtain those things, right? Your identity. What is the identity of a man that drives a Lamborghini Urus? He's saying no to chicks for a specific phase in his life. He's not consuming entertainment. He's waking up early. He's doing his deep work. He's reading 10 pages. He's sitting in the gym. He's smart with his money. He's not spending it impulsively. Those are the traits of an identity of an individual who drives a Urus. How do I know that? Because my mentor drives one, right? And that is his identity. So I must adopt the same, right? You want to be in shape and lose 30 pounds? What is the identity of that, brother? Huh? Ask yourself. Would they eat that fast food? Would they have 3 cheat meals a fucking week? Would they not track their macros? Would they skip gym sessions? Ask yourself! Because those are the habits that you're doing on an everyday basis, but somehow expect to receive a different outcome. It doesn't work like that. Your identity is ass. Who do you want to be? And prove it to yourself with the small wins. All confidence is reps. And how do you get reps? Proof. And proof comes from consistent reps, right? When I'm consistently getting up every day, when I'm consistently making the best fucking YouTube videos of all time, when I'm consistently getting my brother's results, when I'm consistently going to the gym even though I don't have to and I look fucking amazing, I'm proving to myself the identity of an 100K a month entrepreneur, of a man that drives a Lamborghini Urus, of a man that retired his mother. It's my identity. It's who I am. And you know what that means, brother? You want to know the beauty of it? Even when I get the Urus, even when I retire my mom, even when I'm making 100K a month, I will still wake up early. I will still put my all into these YouTube videos. I will still make failure impossible for my brothers. I will still read my 10 pages. I will still hit the gym. I will still do it. Why? Because it's who the fuck I am. Who are you? Look at your life, look at your fucking house, your car, your money, right? Everything that you have around you, and that is your identity. Harsh reality, brother, but it's the motherfucking truth. I can assure you, every single day, you must ask yourself, is this giving a point to my hero or is this giving a point to my villain? Every single task, even the people. Is this person helping me become the best man I can be or is this person pulling me away from my fucking purpose? Keep the fucking score because I can assure you, once you start keeping the score, you'll realize, no wonder I'm a 99% dweeb. I do dumb shit every fucking day. My identity is ass. Every time that I want to scroll, I think with a 100K cross scroll, probably not. Every time I get tired, 50 minutes into this whiteboard video, I think with a 100K cry get tired, probably not. Every time I don't want to get on a call with my brothers and provide the same energy that I have with every single one of them, I think with 100 cry not do it, probably not. Every time I want to have another treat meal, even though I can only have one a week, I think with 100K cry do it, probably not. Every time I'm asking myself, what would 100K cry do, right? What would the 1% version of yourself do? And every decision in your life, every habit, every action, align with him. Or don't, and remain mediocre. Doesn't make me a fucking difference. A lot of you motherfuckers want the Lambo, but have the identity of a Camry. Fix it! I already carry myself like I drive the Lamborghini Urus. I already carry myself like I make 100K a month. I already carry myself like I retire my mother. It's already mine. It's part of my identity. I'm already carrying myself like the man who has those things. Every fucking day, I swear to God, you're not. And that's why you remain stagnant, brother. Make a shift. Decide on the person you want to be and prove it to yourself with wins. Every fucking day. That is what it takes. That is your identity. The last point that this book talks about is the importance of friction, right? And what this basically means, fellas, is that you want to make the shit that's not moving the needle forward, hard as fuck to do, and the shit that's moving the needle forward, it's easy as fuck to do. The most successful individuals, they aren't the most disciplined. They just put themselves and create an environment where they don't have to rely on their discipline. I hope this makes sense. There are 4 stages of a habit. Cue, craving, response, reward, right? Let's give the example of beating your dick, right? The cue would be you get on Instagram and see a bitch shaking her ass, right? The craving would be, damn, I think I want to beat my meat now, right? The response would be to go to Pornhub and find your favorite scene, and the reward would be beating your dick and ejaculating. 4 stages, but it all starts with the cue. Right? So the standard should always be, fellas, to create friction with cues of habits that you shouldn't be fucking doing and decrease friction with cues of the habits that you should be doing. Let me give you a few examples. Let's start with the dweeb shit that most of you individuals do. Scrolling. How can we increase the friction with scrolling? I'm gonna continue to say it. Download the fucking app Opal. It's $20 a fucking month. If you don't have $20 a month, get the fuck off my video and go Uber or some shit. Holy shit. This $20 a month can make you $20,000 a month. Why? Because the time that you're spending scrolling, you could be spending it on the Grandmaster Plan. I'm creating that friction. If I have an app that every time I try to get on social media, it blocks it or increases the time that I have to wait to get on it, I'm increasing the friction. Does that make sense? Or just delete the apps all the fucking together. If you don't own a business and you're still on social media and you fucking aren't on there for dating or some shit, get the fuck up off of there, you idiot. You don't need it. Go be a man. Go be a 1%er. Go reach your objectives. It's no time to fucking scroll. Are you shitting me? Second is porn. How about you block the sites? How about you put your phone on the other side of the room before you go to bed? How about you pray and talk to God before you go to bed? It's a lot harder to beat your dick after you talk to God. It's like you're slapping him in the motherfucking face, right? How about you get a chick so you can have sex instead of beating it, right? All things that are increasing the friction to beat my dick. Weed and alcohol. Come here. Delete your weed man number and don't buy it. I like to drink, fellas. I do. If I bought Casamigos, I would drink it every day. I don't fucking buy it. I don't even walk in the liquor aisle when I'm at the store, right? I create an environment where it's easy not to do the dumb shit. I hope this is making sense. Now let's go to the 1% shit, right? And decrease the friction with high leverage tasks that are gonna separate you and create that gap from other men, right? Let's start with reading. Brother, carry the book with you everywhere you go. Buy a Kindle. Listen to audiobooks. Whatever the fuck you gotta do, just do it, right? To make reading fun. Let's start with deep work. Why don't you invest in an apartment with some amenities like me so that way I can do work in a whole bunch of different environments and trick my brain to think I'm being productive in different environments when I'm really not. I'm doing the same shit, right? Why don't you get in a quiet place or move out and live alone so when you lock in on that deep work session, you're not distracted, right? Gym, right? Same thing. Why don't you invest in an apartment with some amenities so that way you have no excuse not to go. Your gym is right fucking there. Or just move to a spot that's close to a gym. Or invest in a gym with nice equipment, nice lighting, nice music, or bad chicks, or all of the above. That way it makes it easy to go and you're looking forward to doing the hard things. Is this making sense? Waking up early, right? How about we go to bed on time? How about we prioritize a night routine? Right? So that way it's easy to get up early in the fucking morning. Do you see how I'm decreasing the friction with the hard tasks that are making me a better man? Do you fucking understand? It's all about your environment. Fellas, do you see this motherfucking whiteboard? Do you fucking see it? This is where a TV should be. I don't have a TV in my fucking home at all. Why do I need a TV and my mother is still working? Why do I need a TV and I'm making $100K a month? Why do I need a TV and I'm driving a BMW and not a Urus? Ain't shit to watch. I need to watch my standards. I need to watch my brothers hit success. I need to watch myself in the motherfucking mirror doing them hammer curls. That's the only thing I need to fucking watch. Cry. Dude, you're too extreme. I can have a TV in my house. Okay! Cry, you're doing too much. Okay! Brother, I can assure you, I'm not doing too much. You're just not doing enough. That's why I will continuously run laps around you. Every single time. Because the shit that you think is too much and extreme, I think it's the morality. I think it's the bare minimum, right? I won't have a TV in my house until I'm making $100K a month. I can assure you. The people with the best self-control are the motherfuckers who have to use it the least. Let me say that again for the dweebs in the back. The people with the most self-control are the motherfuckers that have to use it the least, right? What is a tactic to use self-control the least? Surround yourself in a positive environment where doing the right things is rewarded. That's why I take so much pride in 1% Academy. I have my brothers tell me all the time, yo, Cry, if I wasn't in 1A, I would have been quit YouTube. If I wasn't in 1A, I would have fell off with the gym. If I wasn't in 1A, I would have fell off my nutrition. Why? Because it's a brotherhood, right? They know if they get on that motherfucking call and that powerless completion rate is ass, I'm on their ass. They know it, right? The environment, right? Is so important. Most of you dweebs are dweebs because the environment, you're rewarded for doing dweeb shit. You smoke and motherfuckers around you think it's cool. You drink and motherfuckers around you think it's cool. You don't go to the gym and motherfuckers around you think that's a standard. That's normal. That is why you're not being pushed. You think you're doing enough, or you think not doing anything is okay. You think not doing anything is okay. Fuck! I'm cooking right now. And that is why you will remain stagnant. The fourth book is a book that my mentor gave me called Transurfing Reality. Or Reality Transurfing, one of the two. Yeah, Transurfing Reality, right? This is one of my favorite books, man, something that I just read and has had a huge impact on the man that I am and the man that I'm going to be. First takeaway I got from this book, fellas, is that the world is a mirror, right? You think the world is negative, the world will be negative. You think the world is positive, the world will be positive. You think money is toxic, money will be toxic. You think money is positive, money will be positive. Your perception is literally your reality. Your world is literally your perception. If you think you always will be a fat fuck, you always will be a fat fuck. If you think that you can get a six-pack, you'll probably get one. You are a product of your actions, and your actions are a product of what you think. Literally. Whatever thoughts you put out in the world will come back like a motherfucking boomerang, right? If you continuously focus on the negatives, your life will be negative, period. The second takeaway I got from this book is confidence, right? And this book gives a unique perspective on confidence. This book basically speaks about, fellas, to be confident, you need to detach from being confident, right? You need to lower the importance of things. You need to downplay things, right? Having things on a pedestal allows you to be insecure. And that's what a lot of you guys have with your standards, right? You don't get a certain amount of views, it deters your confidence. You don't get the physique and the timeline you want it deters your confidence. Yes, I have a deadline. I will retire my mom by September 27, 2026 and drive a Lamborghini Urus and make 100K. By next year on my birthday at the very latest, I will do it. But let's say for some shit fucking reason, I don't. That's not gonna deter my confidence, right? A lot of you motherfuckers are attached to the output instead of the input. It doesn't fucking work like that. You must be attached to the input. Crowd, what is the input? What are the tasks that are gonna allow me to retire my mom? What are the tasks that are gonna allow me to drive the Urus? What are the tasks that are gonna allow me to make 100K a month? That's what I'm attached to. I'm detached from the outcome. The outcome is inevitable. The outcome is a fucking byproduct of the input, right? That is what you need to be focused on. Downplay everything, right? Problems only exist in your head. Problems exist because you're holding something on a pedestal. Stop looking up at the shit you want to accomplish and look down on it. The shit is already mine. I'm just watching myself go on the journey of getting it, right? Like I'll probably hit 14K subs next month. I know it's going to happen. This video, I'm just going through the motions, and this is a stepping stone of me hitting it, right? I'm looking down on this shit. You're looking up on it, and that's why your confidence is deterred. Oh, 1,000 views. Oh, a six-pack. No, it's 1,000 views, a six-pack, making this money, getting this chick. It's already yours! But only if you look down on it and downplay it. Lower the importance of shit. Y'all think shit is too important. It's not. It's not. It's light work, right? The perfect example of this is when I was doing music, right? I was unconfident in my music because I cared too much about it and I didn't lower the importance of it, right? If I put my all into a song and it flopped, I took it personal and it bothered me, right? If a fucking music video flopped, I took it personal and it bothered me. If a friend didn't post my video, I took it personal and it bothered me. I couldn't be farther from that with this YouTube shit, right? I'm gonna continue to say it. I said it on my last video. If this video got 0 views, I wouldn't give a fuck, right? Why? Because I know the work I put in to make it, and I know the work I'm gonna put in for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It's inevitable. You tell me if I keep doubling down on what's working and keep providing value and keep making the best videos of all time, I'm not gonna make 100K a month. It's inevitable. The issue is you're attached to the timeline. You can't delay your gratification. You can't delay your patience. That's why you lack confidence, right? I detach from it and focus on the work. I love the process. That is what you must fall in love with. When you are emotionally attached to the outcome, it leads to you retreating. If you were paying attention, you know what I'm talking about from the second book, right? Because when you don't hit that outcome, when you don't get that six-pack when you wanted it, when you don't get those views when you wanted it, when you don't get that chick when you wanted her, it detours your confidence and allows you to retreat and give up. That's why you must emotionally detach from the outcome and focus on the motherfucking input. And you will never give up, right? The only difference between winners and losers is winners never quit. That's it. I've never seen an individual put their all into something and not get it eventually. You just don't have patience, brother, right? Let go of the desire to achieve a standard and adopt the desire and pain it takes to achieve it daily. Just stop worrying, brother. It's basically what this book is saying. Everything will fall into place. Only if you put in the work. Consistently, though. Not just for a fucking day, you idiot. The last takeaway I got from this book, fellas, is pendulums, right? All a pendulum is, fellas, is a mental magnet, right? It's whatever you put your energy and your emotions into, right? So I'll give you an example, right? Let's say that I wake up late, right? And I gotta be at work, right? So now I'm rushing. I'm like, oh shit, I'm late for work, right? So then I get to a light, the same light that I always get to, and it's red. And now I'm got an attitude and I'm panicking because I'm late. But really, if I wasn't late, I wouldn't be panicking about this light, right? Then I get on the highway, it's cars driving slow in front of me. Really, they're not driving slow. I just think they're driving slow because I'm letting the pendulum of me being late affect me. Then I get to work and I'm late and I allow it to detour my confidence because now I'm a little bit behind my work on a day-to-day basis, right? But do you see how I let that little pendulum, that mental energy focus on a negative and it trifected into other negatives, right? That's what this book talks about. With pendulum, troubles come in seeds. So when you allow something to affect you negatively, you will increase the probability that more negative effects will happen, right? I'll give you another example at a neutral standpoint. Let's say I come into the fucking kitchen, right? And I come in here to take out the trash. But then I realize that I don't have any more trash bags after this one. So then I go to the store. Then when I go to the store, I realize like, damn, I want some ice cream. Then I buy some ice cream. This all started from just taking out the trash, right? That's a neutral state, but it's the same in a negative light, right? So when you allow somebody to text you and throw off your mood, now you at work with an attitude. Now you get off work and got an attitude with your kids, right? Now since you got an attitude with your kids, they acting bad, and baby mama starts screaming at you because they acting bad. Do you see how the pendulums just deteriorate? You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react to it, right? I cannot control if this fucking light bulb starts flying in the air and hits me in the face. I can't control that, but I can control, am I still gonna record this video with energy or I have an attitude for the rest of it, right? That's what this is. The fifth book to change my life, fellas, was the 48 Laws of Power, right? And this is my favorite book of all time. And the reason that I don't always recommend this book first, fellas, is that it's a complex read. But this book basically tells you, gives you a lot of game on how to navigate through business and relationships. And the reason that this book, obviously, outside of the fact that it provides so much value, the reason that it's my favorite book, because after I read this book, I was reading the other books that a lot of successful individuals were recommending, and a lot of those books were, speaking on the principles that 48 Laws of Power had, and 48 Laws of Power was put out first, right? So that just let me know, like, okay, this is the originator of self-improvement, right? In this book, it talks about the 48 laws to live by in business and in relationships, right? And I actually, if you follow me on Instagram, but I just got four of the laws from this book tatted on me. So ironically enough, those are the 4 laws I'm going to share with you here shortly. So without further ado, let's get right into it, right? The first law is law 3, which is conceal your emotions, right? This is mostly with women and not with business, fellas, right? Mystery is key with women. Too much circulation makes the price go down. Think of your favorite ice cream, you fat fuck. Right? Okay, you thought about it, right? Imagine if you ate that favorite ice cream every fucking day. You probably would get tired of it. It's the same with women. Mystery with women is very, very important. Conceal your intentions, right? Women are like this. They're like a fucking roller coaster. They don't want too much of anything or too little of anything. You have to find a happy medium. And part of finding a happy medium, is concealing your intentions. Never be easy to read with women, fellas, right? Always listen more than you speak, right? I meet women, I know her whole life story within an hour of talking to her. She don't know shit about me. That should be the standard, right? The more mystery you have around yourself, right? The more she's intrigued, right? She can't figure you out, right? The misconception that this book talks about is that people think that being honest and open wins people's hearts, but it's actually the opposite, right? Being honest and open allows people to get jealous of you, allows people to envy you, right? Which basically brings me to the next law, right? Which is law 24. Play the perfect, this is probably my favorite one of my favorite ones, courtier, right? So this kind of piggybacks on this law a little bit, and it talks about to never brag about yourself, right? A lot of people think when you brag about yourself, like you're getting points, but really, brother, people are getting jealous and they envy, because one thing you must understand, everybody has a flawed perception of their achievements and their worth, right? People think they are doing better than they actually are, right? So when you tell people your achievements and you're doing better than they are, it kills their ego and they start to envy. They may not show it externally, but they feel it internally, right? So the best thing you should do, brother, is to just shut the fuck up. Most people cannot, but the great ones can. I don't meet chicks and say, hey, I'm making X amount of money a month and I'm almost there to get a Lamborghini Urus. They don't give a fuck about that shit. It's just gonna make them more insecure. And one thing you must understand about women, most of them are very insecure, especially the pretty ones, right? So you don't wanna make her more insecure, period, right? Keep your accomplishments to yourself. Another thing, always downplay compliments, right? Too many compliments makes the value go down, right? That's what this law talks about. And this kind of goes hand in hand with concealing your emotions, right? You keep complimenting a chick, sending her paragraphs, giving her flowers every fucking day, bud. She's getting tired of it, right? You don't have to do that every single day, right? Same thing vice versa. If somebody continuously giving you compliments, just reverse it. Be like, no, I'm trying to get like you. No, X, Y, and Z. Never take too much of them, brother. It'll do you more negative than positive. Trust me. The next thing that this law talks about that I really love is to master the art of being seen without seeking attention. And the number one way to do this is to prioritize your appearance. It starts with your physique, right? When I walk into a motherfucking room and I'm 8 to 10% body fat and my fucking arms is popping out my fucking shirt, it's easy to get attention, but I'm not trying to. Right? When I walk in the room with my chest held up high, my chin up, it's easy to get attention, but I'm not trying to, right? When I walk in the room and I got that fucking Baccarat on mixed with that fucking Bond number 9, it's easy to get attention, but I'm not trying to, right? When I shake hands and make eye contact, it's easy to get attention, but I'm not trying. You know, it's funny, fellas. I said today, literally, I was fighting demons in the script session. I said, I'm about to make the longest video I ever made, but not make a long bullshit video. Like, I'm gonna make sure it's valuable. And ironically enough, that's what comes with making a long video, fellas. My fucking camera died, but that's not about to stop shit. We still gonna finish the video, right? So, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, right? But play the perfect courier, right? The last law is act like a king, right? To be treated like one, right? And what that basically means, fellas, is that how you carry yourself is how other motherfuckers will treat you, right? If you walk in a room and your head is down and you're unconfident, that's how motherfuckers will treat you, right? However you perceive yourself to be is how other people will perceive you to be. If you think you're that guy, they'll treat you like that guy. That's what this law talks about, right? Now, I actually am gonna share with you guys, fuck is my napkin? Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna share with you guys a bonus, man, if you made it this far. Yeah, the fucking camera not stopping shit. The devil trying to drift me, but I'm taking massive amounts of action, right? If you know, you know, right? So the last book that I want to share with you guys, the bonus book is Think and Grow Rich, right? And the 3 takeaways I got from this book, actually 4, right? It talks about desire. It talks about faith. It talks about imagination. And it talks about a mastermind, right? So I'm gonna briefly speak about all of them, right? As far as desire. What the fuck do you desire out of this life, brother? What do you want, right? For some people, it's the house. For some people, it's the car. For some people, it's the chick. What do you want to desire? For me, of course, I want to fucking retire my mother, right? I want to fucking drive a Lamborghini Urus. I want to make $100K a month. That's what I desire. But for me, it was more so of what I didn't desire, right? I didn't desire working a 9 to 5. I didn't desire being broke. I didn't desire being a skinny dweeb, right? I didn't fucking desire, right? Looking in the motherfucking mirror and hating what the fuck I saw. I didn't desire that. So once I figured out what the fuck I didn't desire, I figured out, okay, God, whatever you got for me, I'm taking it to the motherfucking chin, right? I'll accept it. Whatever I gotta do to get the fuck out of this reality, right? I was willing to go through any pain to get the fuck away from it, right? So ask yourself that, right? When Josh tried to join 1% Academy, I always asked him, like, with no limited beliefs, where do you want to see yourself within 3 to 6 months? Sometimes guys don't even fucking know. This is something a lot of you motherfuckers probably don't think about. What do you desire? Think about it, right? That's the first component that this book talks about. But desiring is not enough. You must have faith, right? You must believe, right? You must have a healthy amount of delusion, right? I speak about being disciplined, working hard, having motivation, having discipline, having momentum. But if you do not believe, it is all for nothing, period. You have to believe. Right? It's easy for me to make these whiteboard videos because I believe in them. It's easy for me to get a call with my brother because I believe in them. It's easy for me to go to the fucking gym because I believe in my regimen. It works, right? It's easy for me to do because I believe. You don't believe, right? And the next component is imagination. Imagination is so important. All of these successful individuals have the best use of their imagination. This fucking light bulb, right, was imagined as a thought, right? This hat was imagined as a thought. This necklace was imagined as a thought, right? But imagining it is not just enough. You must put it into action, right? It's very important as a man to decrease the time that you think of an idea and when you put it into action. That's what this book talks about, right? Procrastination is like the kryptonite to your imagination. You want to know why, fellas? Because you never know, right? What imagination and what thought could be the grandmaster plan to get you the fuck out of your situation. You don't know, right? This video could be the plan to get me to 1 million subs. I don't know, right? So when I thought of it, I made sure I put it into action immediately. Stop procrastinating, right? When you procrastinate, you increase the probability that you're never going to put it into action, right? Use your imagination, brother. And another thing, you can't think of the grandmaster plan and use your imagination because all you do is consume entertainment. Brother, I challenge you motherfuckers. One day out this week, delete social media or just delete your phone altogether and you would be surprised what the fuck your brain comes up with. It's never been easier to separate yourself as a man. Why? Because most motherfuckers can't put this device down, right? Put it down, right? And the last component is mastermind, right? You show me your 5 friends, I'll show you your future. Birds of a feather flock together. This book talks about that it takes 2 batteries to charge a remote, not one, right? Not one, right? It's going to be a lot more easier to get to your objectives if you're around individuals who are pushing you or doing better than you. That is why I made 1% Academy. I'm going to continue to say it. I could read doctor books for 20 years by myself, but if I go to college for 8, pay and go to college for 8 and learn from professors that have been doctors and be around individuals who are trying to be doctors as well, or who are trying to be doctors as well, I'll increase the probability of my success and the speed of my success. Success loves speed, and the fastest way for you to get it is to surround yourself around individuals who are already there. That is why I invested in myself. Cry, you want to make $100K a month and drive a Lamborghini Urus? Why don't you learn from an individual who has? That's what I did, right? So if you're a guy, right, who's looking to be extraordinary and check every single C, right? And you want to get around the brothers in the community that's trying to do the same and work with me in the motherfucking trenches to make failure impossible and reach your objectives. I will put the fucking link in the description. Book a call and we'll see if you're qualified. But I can tell you right now, don't book that call if you want to be comfortable. Don't book that call if you want to be happy, because that's not what the fuck we're going to do. But we're going to grow, and all growth is uncomfortable. But understand, I'm here with you every step of the way as a brother, right? This is not a program. This is a brotherhood, and I take this shit personal, right? I want to see you fucking win. Let's fucking go. The fucking camera dying ain't stopping shit. I'm here. That's the video for the day. Peace. Let's go.